every Sunday
for 60 minutes. We are free.
sharing passion,
Pushing
We are pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
Donny, oi, oi, oi. It's round 7, Donington. Each and every driver has mentally prepared themselves to challenge, to fight, to rise above their rivals and make a name for themselves on track. 10 rounds of action-packed racing await us all in the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Drivers, start your engines.
Oi, oi, oi. Welcome, everybody.
I'm back.
We got somebody back. Missed you. Where you been?
You know,
Taking some
Life.
vacation.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wish it was that, honestly.
Well, Donnie. Always in chat. Yes, please, for Milo, who is not yet with us today. Oh, or is he?
He just slid in.
I just slid right in.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hello there.
I missed the intro. I'm really upset about it. So please play it for the outro.
Oh, I will be doing. Thank you very much, Chris, for that. And Jaden earlier as well. And
Hello there.
Soperts.
Did I make it in time for the race start?
We just started.
We just started qualifying.
Oh my god.
Like, literally.
Excellent.
It's a party out there. Thank
It's
you guys.
moist.
Soperts. Isn't that Eric Grimm?
Yeah, it is.
Eric,
Where has he been?
where have you been?
Hey. Yeah, what the fuck?
Bruh. It is him. He's alive.
Join the server quick, Eric.
I don't think he signed up. Well, oi, oi, choo-choo comes the train. Oi, welcome to Donington. And we're already into qualifying. Milo, you've
Yeah.
come back just in time.
Yeah, I've just loaded in. Yeah, here we go. Just got in from youth football. That I'm a head coach now. We had a tough first game, but it was exciting. It was a good game.
But it was. We're having our first laps
Lane,
coming.
Shut up.
Ooh, what happened? I can't drive anymore? Yeah, you can. And Blaine definitely can. As he's been demonstrating so far in every single race, if his internet decides that he can.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
This is
disconnect.
true.
Yeah.
Great.
Joey, welcome back. Good to have you back.
Thank you. Feels good to be back. It felt weird. It feels weird when you're doing something every week, and then like life happens, and you're like,
Real life is weird, dude.
it sucks. Overrated.
It really is.
0 out
Yeah.
of 10. Do not recommend.
This is better right here. Sundays, with
I
us.
agree.
With Milo
100%.
doing the intros. With
It's all Barrett.
well, and Milo's voice. Also
Yeah.
doing it. It's just what you wanna.
Uthman Badmus joining us tonight. Did you guys talk about him?
Not yet. No.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Who is that?
so
Joining the pro split. He is. I know him as the Giant 02 on Twitch.
Yes, he was one of our
yeah,
viewers.
I've done a few practice sessions with him here and there. He's a really good driver, so glad he joined.
Awesome.
He joined. If you notice, the track condition is damp currently, and is getting wetter in 10 minutes.
Moister.
Oh no.
Is moister a word?
Are we about to have a Kyle on me repeat?
Well, I don't know what that is. We haven't had.
No, it's
Kyle
it's
yet.
gonna get wetter.
I know. This
Yeah.
is gonna be a Kyle on me repeat. When I murdered Jared Seckham in the middle of the entire field in lap 1.
Oh
Sure will.
yeah, it could be. It could be one of those.
Could be one
Oh
of
my
those.
God.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's an hour race.
I will share my screen in a minute, but right now I have an aerial view of the pits, and all I can see is the top of the Only Farmer's car staring back at me. Like it's. I just looked at my monitor, and I'm like, oh my god. There he is.
There he is. Everybody out there right now not looking too planted.
I should think not. Donington. This, by the way, this is average conditions for Donington. This is very normal. Oh my god, Bailey, calm down.
Get him, Bailey.
See, Bailey doesn't not agree with you right there.
No.
So Chris Turner going with the no quality strat. You love to see it. Everyone on track right now is on wets in these damp conditions.
Oh, you went through and detectived it?
Yep.
Very nice. Bailey's excited for the race. Yes, Bailey is.
Apparently so.
And also does not agree with Milo on the conditions. Ooh, Miller, they're not really looking too nice on the final corner. So our bronze split currently, Miller just finally putting in his lap. Everybody that is out on track, just the 4 of them have placed in their laps. Chris Turner in the pits, as was mentioned.
I see Carson Bungay made it to the grid. I heard he had a late night. And some late night pizza. 3 a.m. style.
Classic.
You know?
As one
Honestly,
does.
classic moves.
As one does.
Good to see him out there, though.
Yes. Currently we have, green lap times. Green deltas. And I
They
just
should
had
be
to say
driving
it.
in a supine position.
I just had to say it because Ryan Wappler was up 7/10 and just completely went off. So Carson.
Yeah, this is going to be some tough conditions for quali, and if it continues in the race, I mean, Donny is, it's fair. Although there's a lot of runoff, it's fairly tight and twisty, so should be should be an interesting race.
Chris wrecking lap 1 to go play more Starfield. Can I join you?
I feel like I'm the only man on Earth not playing Starfield.
You're not alone, Milo. I am not either.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down that road later.
Pretty
Give it
fun.
a few months.
And Carson here to take the lead, a whole second and 1.3 up on his last lap. Takes lead by 8/10 over Wampler, and they're gonna have 2 more laps to go.
So we're in round 7 now, right? So
Nobody saw that.
how many? I see Carson, leaving. Just going to check the perimeter fence. Good idea. Make sure you know where it is.
Nobody
Make sure you
saw
know where the track ends.
Yep.
It's a good idea.
Do that early on now before he does it in the race.
That's right. Now, is Carson in the mix for... We're round 7, so 3 to go after this. Is Carson in the mix for the bronze
That
championship?
is an excellent question, Milo. We definitely know that answer.
Do you notice how I'm the one that asks every week? Because then it's all on you guys.
Carson,
It's tactical.
No. I actually had it up already. So Carson is currently 4th in bronze split, 6 points behind Chris Turner. So if Chris Turner gets smacked on lap 1 and goes to play Starfield, Carson has a chance at the podium overall.
Nice. Yeah, so Chris Turner opting to sit out quali then for this one. You know, it might not be a bad strat.
Oh, you're correct. This is Chris without swap points. So Chris actually has a 20-point penalty for swapping cars. So Carson is third currently in bronze. I definitely should know this.
So not a naughty boy points,
Yeah.
just
Just a
car
car
swap.
swap. Yes.
Yep. And Ferris is definitely keeping track.
yeah. Sounds like it. Jolly good.
It's like we do this every single week, you know.
The battle for gold is super close too. Carl Big currently only 10 points above Blaine and Peter, and 11 from Peter Hutch. And Mike Jackson sitting only 15 points. I can
So Mr. B is leading the championship right now.
Mr. B is leading the championship. Yes.
I suspect, I haven't talked to him about it, but I suspect he'll be quietly happy with that because I don't know that he's loved the car this season. I think he'll be quietly pleased that that's the case. And yeah, that's good though, because I think there's several drivers that can win gold every week right now.
Definitely, yes.
So it's pretty exciting stuff for that split.
Yeah, and silver is kind of already spaced out a bit. The two front runners, 6 points between each other, Mark Robeson and Mr. Barrett. So they have an 60-point gap to Tiago in third.
Right.
Mr. I'm so slow and I'm terrible at racing, Valdez sitting P3.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I was about to
Blake, go
shout.
on.
I was about to shout. Ryan Wamper was about to dethrone Carson's fastest lap there for bronze quali, and went off on the final corner. But with that, Carson Bungay is going to come
So it's your
by and extend that lead a little bit. It is definitely my fault.
32-3 in the moist.
Q3 and Moist 32.
No Robinson today. That
So
is a good call.
Alturit, Blaine Hall in chat there, winner at Spa last time out. Apparently, Blaine told me I was saying lots of nice things about him at Spa, so I'm going to be really nasty today. No, I'm not really. I won't be nasty, but I'm not going to compliment him quite as much.
Hey, baby. Barrett.
Hey, baby.
Love it. So yeah, Barrett today with a new livery. In case you haven't noticed, Milo.
Oh, let me check it out. Oh my god.
Oh, and Tiago is also rocking a new livery today as well.
Yeah, so is Tiago. New
Oh, for
liveries.
God's sake.
Yeah, the team is expanding. They're really exploring. There was apparently a partnership deal between Only Farmers and Sandbags Inc.
If there's any kind of partnership, right, I'm pretty sure I should be getting the majority share of it. And I've received nothing.
It's Creative Commons license that they're using, Milo,
I've made
for the pictures.
the grand mistake of once pictures are on social media, that's it. They're free for all.
You know, Carl Big knows this.
So
Nicole
what we need
Dorado
is
knows this. Come on, Milo.
we need an aerial shot of all three Beamers side by side, so it will look like a slot machine jackpot. You know what I mean?
Definitely, that's something we need.
YouTube can find the perfect match on Only Farmers slot machine.
The other thing we need is so we have the Sandbags Inc. T-shirts, don't we? I believe we do.
We do.
I think
we still
now
need
with
something with skin on skin. I
we
think.
definitely need one of those. We need one with Only Farmers and Sandbags Inc. as this partnership is growing right now.
So
Yeah.
three Beamers all rocking the same roof. I love it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well played,
And
gents.
what roof
well
is
played.
that? What better roof is it than our very own voice of New World Sim Racing?
Yeah, Giant says thinks the Silvers may outqualify the pros. And we have had that happen before, Giant. We've had that at Kialami. We had it somewhere else as well, I forget. So yeah, if that is the case, just you'll have to make some moves
Yeah.
early in the race and just be as careful as you can, I guess. And the bronze drivers will know. Thankfully, there's not many of them.
when we're just now seeing that.
Mumera.
Poor Mumera.
Has oh, you have. All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, as one does. I'm sorry. The camera's just on that. Like, I can't stop. Even to Barrett, currently leading Silver Split. With
It gives you an excuse to show it again. Yeah,
exactly.
A 31-7 from Barrett. Moffat continuing. Muff's been in really good form this season, I think, in the McLaren. Currently sits second in silver with a 31.8. And then Ryan Cody with a 32 flat. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, Joseph German just jumped in there with a 31.6.
Joseph jumping in
I
there.
love you too, Turner.
Hello, Ryan. Closer for the camera.
It's Mumera. Are you in the car? Yeah, I thought you were. Yeah, I'm like, are you here? I'm like, where is she? She's sitting in the car with the sleeping babies.
Big brain move now from Mumera.
And just so everybody knows, these are the sleeping babies.
Oh, of course. My watermelons. Unbelievable. Took a cherished moment from my life and memed it. Unbelievable.
Milo, you know nothing is ever safe here.
Yes.
We're such good friends.
Joby back on track this week. I think he was missing at Spa, was he? I think he was.
He was, yes.
So good to see Joby back out there, slowly making his way up the standings as well.
Yeah, hopefully surviving this time around. Joby, I don't know that you've submitted a livery. Your car is all carbon fiber.
I think there was one, maybe? Maybe he's changed it, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, his is all carbon for me as well, and I literally just updated it like 2 minutes before we went live, so.
Yes, so Joby did swap cars last time around for round 5. Don't know if he finished the race. He did get an incident at some point. I think he spun or got the drive-throughs. That was what it was. And missing Spa last week. This time around, coming here for Donington. Hope to do good in the Porsche. Porsche's pretty good at Donny.
So, what's your guys' thoughts on Donny? I personally love it.
I like it. I just
some people don't.
Yeah, I like it. I just don't like the hairpins at the end.
Yeah, I do. What is it called? Is it the international circuit? The national circuit that doesn't have the hairpins, right? It does the to the right, like sweeping chicane.
Yeah, I think that one is a bit better. It better dry, says Dave.
Last time I went to Donington was for the Download Rock Music Festival.
Oh my god, I want to go to that.
It was it's on the it's in the infield, but it spreads out across the track as well. Obviously, I do a lot of motorbike racing at Donny as well.
Yes.
If that's your cup of tea, I certainly don't mind it.
I love
Barrett matching Cody for the purple lap currently for Silver Split. The identical times, just a little too late, so you get second position for that.
Chris.
No, I did not ride my dinosaur to it. I was on in a minibus.
Chris, they just got born, all right? Pterodactyls still need to grow.
Yeah, Donny's a fun track, I think. It's classic old school English racetrack.
It really is, yeah.
Brands, Donny, Alton, they're all kind of similar if you think about it, like in the way that they're laid out.
And Silverstone, I said it. I'll live by it.
Yeah, Silverstone's a hit or miss. I mean, it's a great F1 track. I'm not sure that I love it for GTs, but it is a really good F1 track. So, yeah, I understand that. I understand. It's good for racing though, Silverstone. It does tend to end up with some good racing there.
Yep. I actually quite enjoy Silverstone. It's just being able to set up passes there that diced me a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, so I saw Joby there was up 5/10 and messed it all up. You can see already some of the cars lining
Yeah.
up on the exit. And Tiago yet to put in a valid lap.
Yeah, Tiago and Dylan Beveridge looks like they're opting to give Quali a miss here today.
They might be, yes. I did hear Tiago say something. Tiago's learning the track. Oh, yeah, that's definitely on purpose there. Yep. I agree with that, Bailey.
I've got to push to talk. It's like she's waiting for me to hit push the key.
Or Mumera is back. Ooh,
I think
Joby
Bailey's
there.
bucking at that.
Joby there up again a few tenths and goes off track completely. It's going to mess his lap time. He's not going to have enough time to make another one happen. So, Ryan Cody. I want to say, Ryan. Top of silver. Good job, man. And Barrett still matching the pace. If he can just get even 1,000th better, he's taking that spot. With this beautiful livery.
The power of Milo.
You barked the last 2 laps. I saw you did, and you got something here. So Barrett is up 1/10 currently. If you can keep that lead through the final corner, he's losing it.
Oh, this would be close.
Let's hope he gets the exit.
Oh
It
my
is.
God.
It's identical. No, it was too close.
He blew it.
It was so close.
Ryan Cody leading the Silvers. He does love a wet race, doesn't he?
Jose Guzman about to jump up
Really does.
1 spot.
Exactly the same times from
Yeah.
Ryan and Barrett. Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, and Michael Lukey decides to give a practice pit stop. He was
And
in
with
the
that,
purple.
Pros are
Tiago
out.
also trying to do one. So Tiago opting not to put in a single lap as well. Dylan Beveridge, Chris Turner, and Tiago so far yet to put one. So they'll be starting from the back of the grid. It's fine. Ryan will get a DT in 3 laps. Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, Ryan in chat there. I think, Ryan, that you're going to be looking at a Kiel Army situation where the golds are going to have to work their way through the field. It could be a real mixed grid, this one.
Yeah. So far, I mean, with the pace the silvers have put in, it looks like so far the golds are okay, but they better put in their fast lap in these next 2 laps before it wets.
Yeah,
a little bit
this could get actually pretty interesting. If someone screws up their early laps and doesn't get one in, and some do, you might have the gold split literally split in half. We're very, very spread out. To
Ryan
where
says,
it can get very interesting.
please no. That Kiel Army lap race was nuts. I had a quali ban that race, naughty boy, Milo.
Yes.
So I started from the back anyway, and I still had a good finish because it was just utter chaos out there.
Yeah. I should have had my stats pad out. Dylan Beveridge not opting to not do his quali. Dylan actually collected himself a quali ban from last week's race.
That explains it.
Yes.
He's such a bad. It's a McLaren thing. You know, if you drive a McLaren, you understand.
Definitely. And so with 7 minutes to go, the track still has, the rain hasn't gotten more intense yet. The track definitely does look a little wetter.
I mean, it is wet.
It is
We'll
wet.
see. We'll see how this goes. This can shape up to be very interesting.
So the
I
first
think the
lap
big difference last time was like how quickly it went from dry to
So
wet.
Blaine a 10th off of Cody and Barrett, and Funk right up there as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a mixed grill out there, guys.
mixed
This is gonna get
grill.
spicy.
Yep,
I do like a mixed grill.
I love a good mixed grill as well.
Dig puts in the purple lap with a 131.287, so he gets 1/10 on Ryan Cody.
Ooh, Carl might have done it. It looks like the others are starting to push right there. I saw Blaine Hall lose it.
Yep.
At the old hairpin, is it? That's definitely not a hairpin. Milo should know the track corners.
Absolutely. What?
Is that a calf car? What is a calf car? What does that mean?
This is getting interesting. Let's see. Luis Castro currently up
Elaine.
2/10. I don't know. These boys are putting in some times, but is it going to be good enough? Mike Jackson currently up almost a second on his PB, which would put him up towards the top with
Yeah.
Carl.
I can tell you this.
9/10.
In 1993, the European Grand Prix was held, F1 at Donington. In 1993.
1993, the year I was born.
Same.
Oh,
The first year I got drunk. What?
I was about to say, time to make Milo and Chris and Gary and all those boys feel old as shit.
yeah. So as our drivers come around their second valid lap, it looks like it has gotten wetter. For real
Yeah,
this
Chris
time.
93.
Yeah. You weren't even born. Ah. You know, I'd like to say I'm young and everything, but I'm about to run out of warranty in a week. My 30s are approaching.
I turned 30 on Wednesday.
This Wednesday. Well, happy birthday,
Yeah. Yeah.
Spaghetti Boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some streaming this week in celebration of being old.
You love
Nice.
it. Mine is next Tuesday. Ain't it?
Eric, do I have the glorious pleasure of sharing
Aw.
the same birthday as Eric?
It's everybody's birthdays in September. We know why.
Mm.
We have the same birthday, 19th of September. Happy birthday to all of us.
Yeah,
September
sounds like
squad.
a lot of birthdays out there.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
you're
yeah,
close.
because you got laid on Christmas or New Year's.
So as it stands, we've got a yellow flag for Badmus. Currently P6 on the grid in his first race with us.
I think he
I
might
think
have
he'll be
just
pretty happy with that.
called it there. So the track has gotten wetter.
Yeah.
The lap times aren't improving that much.
But look how close they are. Like
They
a
really
31.2 to a 31.9 spans first to 13th out there.
It really is awesome.
Ryan
And
DePro,
so-
you know that he has a good case here.
So Eric is just 2 days older than me. I hate it.
This is why he's better than you first.
It's where Ryan and Barrett will have some itchy gold drivers behind them to start this race. That's for sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah, for them putting in the exact same time, leading most of the golds. Barris smells, Joey rules, and well, Milo meh.
Thanks, Eric.
Great.
As always, thank you for your contribution, Bullet. What would we do without it?
Oh, you'd love to see it.
Listen, yeah, you hate the fake Frenchies, but you gotta have them, you know?
Yeah. So
Luis Castro back in the behind the wheel of the Aston tonight. He missed Spa as well. So good to see him back. Currently P7 on the grid.
E7. That's honestly doing great, and I think so.
Yep.
Now it's probably over for their quality. The track is wetter. I don't think they're gonna have another chance to improve on their lap times. Everyone is
As
in the
Mike
red
Jackson parks
currently. Yeah, Mike Jackson parks it. I think we saw Usman park it earlier. Probably tried another setup. Peter Hutch and Mate Takachi are probably not going to be very happy with that. I did see green lap times on them earlier, but not enough to seal the deal. And I saw some off tracks as well right after that. Luis Castro. the
I would
only
expect
person green.
I would expect Hutch and Sakachi to put pressure on those four silver drivers directly ahead of them pretty early on here.
Absolutely gonna
once-
get bullied.
Once the race starts, yeah. So I mean, you know, there's potential for some chaos here.
There is
Oh, for sure.
potential, yeah, but we hold our goal drivers up to high standards.
We do.
Please. Kill equal ban from the Discord.
Just breathe, Ryan. Just breathe. Deep breaths.
It's just Carl, okay?
Yeah, look at Ryan sitting right behind Carl.
Definitely not a serial
everybody
killer on the track.
take a
It'll be fine.
screenshot of this right now. There you go, Ryan. One for the history. Uthman, is it Uthman or Usman? Uthman. They're invalidating
Uthman.
his lap, and that is a yellow flag for him. Sorry, Uthman. I butcher everybody's name, and I call them the wrong thing as well.
Yeah, welcome to New World.
Yep.
I mean,
What I
if
do
you
best.
manage to come up with some random ass name for Uthman, I'll be impressed.
I don't know another name that does start with U off the top of my head.
Yeah, I was talking to him last week. He's not normally maining the AMG, but he's driven it for a couple of enduros recently in the whatever team he's been on. So he decided to sign up in that because he's been having the most track time in it.
Fair enough, and I guess is enjoying it just a little bit.
Dr.
think
Ned
so, yeah.
Llama and Ice Quadro, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it.
That was a shit rejoin.
That was a shit rejoin. They went off a little bit.
That was a shit rejoin.
Hopefully, we do not see that on lap 1.
Yeah, it was spin
Definitely
on
will be
spin.
some.
Skin on skin.
I have a feeling
This is-
somebody's going to lose it on the curbs and then collect others.
We going bowling?
Going bowling?
I'm
Yeah.
excited. It's almost
been
time.
there.
So unfortunately for Peter Hutch and Mate, they are not going to be able to improve on their lap times. I did see green here and there, but an invalidation every single time. I guess probably the best thing to do right now is just try your pit entrance. Don't try and finish this lap because it's already pretty off. Luis crossing the line, doing exactly that.
Hello there.
Mate as well, and Peter Hutch. I'd stay on the screen. Iago inspecting the sand and the hairpin. Is that what he's
at the end
doing?
of practice, he was just chilling in the sand.
Yeah, I'm gathering sand for Sandbags Inc. You know,
Yeah, just doing some testing on how the sand handles in these moist conditions.
either collecting the sand or distributing it. He's our best distributor as far as I'm aware as well.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Take some, you give some.
Now for the big question: what will the race conditions be?
So the race conditions, the race is on the same day as quali in simulation time.
So it could be flooded.
It could be. It looks like it's increasing rain in the next 30 minutes. It is in 5 hours from now.
Classic English moment.
I was going to say that's plenty of time for it to rain even harder and
Yeah.
even more
It really is.
in England.
The conditions were light rain. I think we've seen the practice server sit in between damp and wet. A little more than wet. So I guess we'll see that. Our leaderboards, so fastest sector 2 is Barrett and Mike Jackson fastest sector 3. We saw that for a bit right there. And it is raining more. I can see some standing water.
It's going to rain less though, according to the
Oh, this is gonna get spicy.
according to the wedge.
Ooh. So here is usually when we do have these qualifications that get wetter over time. We do see some drivers deciding to go into the pits early on and run the mega undercut, just so that they're not battling their way up the field.
Do we want to
I
do
wonder
it?
if we're going to see that.
Do you want to run through the grid?
That too, shall we?
It's only 26. Shouldn't be too bad.
All right, take it away, Milo.
Alrighty, Cole Big in pole position in the Aston Martin. He'll be happy with that. Ryan Cody and Jay Barrett in the silver, AMG and BMW respectively in second and third overall. They'll be ecstatic. Mike Jackson in the Ferrari in P4. Blaine Hall in fifth in the Audi. Bad Moose in the AMG 6. Castro 7 in the Aston Martin. Funk in the Lambo in 8th. German at 9 in the Ferrari. Lukey in the Porsche, as always, in 10th. Guzman, 11 in the AMG. Moffat and Hutch, 12 and 13 in the McLarens. Sakachi, 14th in the Honda, brave man. Savage in the Porsche, 15. Gomez, Bungay, and Sauer, all in the Ferrari, 16, 17, 18. Wampler, 19 in the Lambo. Jay Guzman in the AMG at 20. Miller in the Audi at 21. Cortez in the Ferrari, 22. Turner in the special BMW, 23. Beveridge, 24 in the McLaren. Alves, 25 in the Beamer. And Simile, 26 in the McLaren.
Yep.
So Ricky coming in right on time for the race. I don't know when he hopped in the server, but it was quite late.
So is that why he's on the side there?
Did he not?
Yeah, Rick Simile just joined the server. So, well, just in time, Rick. Good job. Yeah, hopefully stick around and make it through 80% of the race distance. You get points if you finish that. So as our drivers make their way around a moist Donington Park, what do you reckon we're going to see today?
I don't know. This start will be exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for the start. It's going to be interesting. You know, I've been saying how much I've been proud of these boys for relatively clean lap ones compared to most seasons that we've had. This
Well, you've cursed it now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this is probably going to throw it in a loop regardless, because of the condition. It's a wet race, and the field is so mixed. But again, we hold our pros to high standards, so hopefully they're just being a little extra cautious here on the start.
Yeah, and I have a feeling Carl Big is really going to appreciate having those two Silvers just blocking behind him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to get across. I don't know if Ryan is going to easily hand over that spot. He would if he was not fighting Barrett.
True. I guess the guys behind him will have to be somewhat patient, but also it will be sensible for those guys to let any gold that's sort of really antsy through.
Yep.
You know, depending on the corner and depending on where each other are at. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Good evening, Phil Mitch.
Good evening, Phil.
Actually, good morning for him.
And I do have your turn one view of this
Turn one
great carnage race that we're about to have.
Your eyes do not deceive you, Brendan. There are multiple farmers,
The
farmers.
team is expanding. This is the real Turner Motorsports team, not that fake one that you see in himself.
And
Here we go,
as our drivers approach the start, Carl Big leading the pack for our moist race at Donington Park. And it is green lights, and all our drivers are gone. Get the side-by-side up.
Great start by Carl Big here. Gets the outside line. 2 wide through turn 1. Looks like everyone's being relatively patient.
Oh, Ryan got a little too much curb, allowed Barrett to squeeze through there. So Ryan got a spot, and Bad Moose moves up past Mike Jackson to P5. Blaine Hall also snuck through into third.
2 cars off on the backside of things. It looks like Joseph German and David Funk also both off.
Funky Town is mowing the lawn, trying to get back on track right now.
Like a true Lambo, going to his roots of being a tractor.
As the Lambo does. Oops. Let's see. Multiple farmers only. Yes. Oh, you guys have already gone through this.
Oh, yellow flag for Ryan Cody.
Oh, no.
So
he's rejoining now. I don't know what happened. I didn't catch the incident. I just saw
like contact between him and Uthman, but I don't know if that was Uthman dodging him. So let's.
Ooh, but Joby there almost losing it under braking, avoiding hitting Peter Hutch.
Joby goes off into the sand and grass as well, and will rejoin right behind Ryan Cody.
So Ryan Cody, I guess I did notice him leaving the space for Blaine to pass through in lap 1. Okay, let's see what happened here.
Yep. So Ryan Cody taking it very, very safe early on. I think he just doesn't want to be in the way of these pro guys coming through. Starts to lose it a little bit. Gets a little love tap from Uthman. Unfortunately, that helps him.
Yeah, that'll do
Yeah.
it.
Little love tap.
The left tap. All right,
He's-
so further up
Go
the
ahead.
field, Barrett letting Blaine through. So now it is Carl already with a 2.7 second gap to Blaine Hall, who is now going to start hunting.
Yeah, so Barrett holding his own so far in that BMW. He's had a decent start. Got Mike Jackson behind him now, and then Louis Castro. So 2 fast boys for him to see in his mirrors.
Yeah. And he did the sensible thing and did let Blaine through, knowing the pace difference, but he's actually sticking around pretty well so far. So
Yeah,
maybe that BMW a bit better than the Audi in the rain. Ooh.
possibly. Yeah, I mean, I think he's done the right thing. He's done the right thing because Blaine will want to do his best to catch Carl, but that gap is 3 seconds and climbing, or was.
You saw their move almost done by Uthman going into the chicane with Peter Hutch.
Yeah, Carlos Guzman, who's had a great start to the race as well. Currently P9.
Oh, Carl Big has a moment in the final chicane. He still holds P1, but he just lost about a second and a half. Looks like he just
Yeah.
had an oops.
Yeah. And a purple lap there for Luis Castro. As the circuit is about to get wetter, he might pick up an extra point for that, or 2.
Yeah, maybe. So Badmus in P8 behind Hutch now. Obviously, we know what Hutch is capable of, so we'll keep an eye on that, see if they can keep that. It's a pretty close battle at the moment.
David Funk currently up to P20 after a rough start. So I went back and looked to see what happened with him and Joseph German, both separate, no contact, just really struggled on the start, losing it and getting into the grass and did not get back on track.
Oh, was that what the yellow flags at the start were?
Yep. David Funk went wide on the exit of turn 1 and just really struggled to keep the car back on track and ended up in the grass.
A move there done now by Joby on Jose Guzman, and well executed by him. It looks like Carson Bungay is also trying to get through. Carson really bullying his way there through Jose Guzman.
Carson Silva Bungay, as they call him.
Carson Silver Bungay. So he has definitely proven that he does have the silver pace. I believe if he does join us on next season, that's where he will be. And
Little wobble by Jose there as well. The AMG is probably tough to handle.
Yeah, honestly, Carson there has improved significantly, even from his first 2 races with us.
Look at this group from P11 to P15 overall right now. Gomez, Moffat, Sauer, German, Cody, all pretty close together. So
Carlos Guzman giving Peter Hutch a little bit of run for his money here, heading into turn 1. They are side by side heading down the hill, and it looks like, as I said, that Peter Hutch does get the move done.
Does get the move done. That honestly, that Mercedes does not look very stable coming down that mountain.
nor does the McLaren, to be honest.
It looks like Barrett either might have lifted or just got absolutely bullied by Mike Jackson and Luis Castro. So Mike Jackson P3, Luis Castro P4.
I suspect he's allowed them through, which may be the smart thing because now he can relax. You know what I mean? Like Michael Lukey is 2 seconds back.
And he has Uthman immediately behind him with Peter Hutch as well. So Uthman currently making the move on the inside of Michael Lukey into the chicane. Gets it done pretty easily.
Yeah, nice move. I think Lukey gave him plenty of room there. Different class. So decent tactic. I think just in these conditions, you know, to make sure you finish the race should be priority number 1, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Also, thank you for the follow, Hall of Wastes. Welcome to our dysfunctional family.
What happened? So I think
I believe Barrett did. Barrett, I did see his last lap was invalid, so he might have gone off track, and that's what happened to let the others through.
May have been a wobble.
So big strategy moves here. Dylan Beveridge and David Funk both have done their pit stop. And they are in open track by themselves, just clean air. And they have probably about a sector, half a sector gap to Carl Big behind them. And I think they're going to be okay. At least stay with Funk. Dylan Beveridge should be able to manage to hold that gap in time before the pit cycle. But
it's a really smart move as long as it stays wet throughout. So we know in 30 minutes we've got less rain. You know, I don't foresee at this point a dry line coming, but you never know. At the moment, I'd say that's a good strat. We got 2 yellow flags, Cortez and Simile.
They seem to be unrelated. Cortez,
they are unrelated, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, honestly, I would have also kind of done the same thing, especially so Dylan Beveridge starting from the back of the grid with the quali ban. It is the smartest thing to do the undercut, get the clean air, so you don't have to fight your way through the grid. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, Funk had that big off track, so he'd already lost a bunch of positions.
Yes.
Better to get your pit and now just drive.
Yeah. So,
and if it remains wet, he can stay on those tires till the end, no problem. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiago there, we just saw him coming back from the grass. That's not sand, sir. I think he might be trying to expand the business into
It's the weight of carrying me on his roof. That's what's done it.
So, yeah.
Moffat currently in the pits as well, so I'm not sure if he was in a battle that he didn't enjoy, but he is going for the uppercut. So.
Yeah. Also, those pit cameras are really awful.
Yeah, they're not good here, are they?
It's not showing anyone every time I click on someone in the pits.
It's just showing the board on the entry?
Yeah.
TV1 seems to show. TV1.
Hollow Waste and Legend Lovelace. Thank you so much for the follows.
Legend Lovelace. Love it.
Peter Hutch currently taking the look. Oh, a slight little smooch.
Yeah, it looks like
Michael Lukey, he's pointed forward, and Peter Hutch is going to lose.
Oh, we got a group of
positions.
3 here. Tsukaichi. It's gonna get exciting. This little group right here.
Yeah, so this is definitely a result of the track getting wetter and them not being able to put in a fast lap early on in the qualification session. Mate and Peter Hutch are making their way through the silver field. But it looks like, yeah, so Peter was a bit too close to Lukey there going into the chicane. No harm, no foul there going into it. A little bit of a little love tap, but they both came out just fine.
I suspect Lukey will be pretty happy with how his race is going.
And
Pedro, yellow flag, Gomez.
Gomez trying to send it up the inside on Peter Hutch into turn 1, and there was contact. Peter Hutch slides around a little bit, loses a spot to Dylan Sauer as a result. That's not really what you want to be seeing here, but definitely something for Tuesday.
Rough rejoin for Pedro as well, I think. We'll have to have a little look at that. I'd like to see a replay of that incident. I missed that one.
Yeah, we'll bring it back up.
See, I was saying Lukey, I think Michael Lukey will be pretty happy with how this race is going. He's now second in silver, P2 in class, P7 overall. I think he'll be pretty happy with how this is going for now. So
yeah, honestly, Hutch got super fortunate here. I do have the replay up.
Let's see it.
I think Pedro just kind of misses his braking point a little bit because
it's
it
a
doesn't
lot
look
of
like
spray.
he's actually trying to make the move. Double tap, and Hutch still manages to keep the car.
Yeah, a little bit. That's definitely some dry line braking right there. I think you can brake there in the dry and make it.
Yeah.
If there's no car there, the spray is not going to help, right? Let's be honest.
Bill Mitch, oh no, it's starting to unravel for Hitch. For Hutch. For Hitch.
Ouch.
There you go, I've done it.
He's done it. There it is, the
I've done it.
weekly.
It's all over.
All right, Badmus, Uthman Badmus, his first race with the community is now 8 tenths behind Jay Barrett, leading silver.
You know what it was? It was...
What just happened?
Someone just disappeared. Who was P4?
Oh, it was someone in P3 disappeared.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Mike
Jackson.
Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson with the disconnect. That is... Oh, no.
Yeah, that's...
I saw someone disappear, and I thought it was Blaine.
You just went
Yeah, I looked for Blaine's name first.
Sorry, Blaine.
So Sakachi has got past Lukey. So Sakachi continues his climb back up the standings. What about Carlos Guzman having himself a race so far? P2 in class. So did Lukey drop back down then?
He did.
Or did I make a mistake?
He did, and we missed it. So his last lap was a 33.2. I believe it's probably going to be this lap that he's lost time.
Okay. Did I curse him when I said he was doing really well?
Yes. And now you cursed Carlos. Carlos, they're giving the indicator to Mate. I don't know if that means he's letting him through this corner or... Oh.
See, this is why I don't like it when people indicate and expect me to know what they mean. Like, are you telling me to go that way, or are you telling me you're going that way?
Yeah, because like in theory, right? Like in the real world, when you use a turn signal, that's what you're doing. But
Yeah.
some people in racing are like, no, that means you're supposed to go that way.
Yeah, I know. It's...
No.
I wish we could install, you know, those like LED things where you can write a message and it like plays along the back of your car.
I'm not even kidding. One of my friends did that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's awesome.
The
awesome.
track days that I've done, they have you like stick your hand out and like actually point point to where you want it and make it very like obvious, like, hey, go that way. But
Beverage and Funk are obviously they've done their pit stops. They are right behind Cortez now, so they'll be looking to make a move on him. They are very close together though.
Yeah, they are very close together indeed. And yes, sorry for
Somebody
the
running
DC.
wide. Cortez unfortunately ran wide under pressure from them. Self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, and he's not going to be losing anything from that. There are two boys in two different classes going through,
So Badmus now within...
With the new purple lap, by the way, sorry.
No.
32.19. 0.8
Nice.
quicker than Blaine's last lap, so the gap is currently 2.82 seconds.
Interesting. We do have a... Yeah. 32.367. 31.9.
sorry for the DC Racer X. Really
Yeah, what
unfortunate.
happened, Mike? Sorry about that,
Alright.
dude. Just a ACC disconnect, nothing more. We do have Bad Moose within 2/10 of Barrett now. So Barrett feeling maybe that he's got the pace to race with him.
Yeah, he could be smart about this too. He could probably just follow Uthman if he wants. He currently has a 7.6 second gap to Carlos Guzman.
Yes.
Barrett is just determined to be in the gold split next year.
Oh,
You know?
that he is.
I think it's the power of the livery, really.
Oh, you lost the stream also. It might have been internet. Yeah. Hopefully we don't see Barrett disconnect. I did notice his car jolt around a little bit during the intro, just for a brief period.
Sakachi right behind Carlos Guzman now, 3/10 that gap as well. So there's a few battles around that time. Dylan Sauer behind Michael Lukey, 3/10 behind him.
Chris Turner getting ahead of Jose Guzman. So the BMW boys doing work.
Yeah, Chris Turner making his way up through the field.
There is a little train going on right now with Joby having Carson hungover Bungay and Pedro Gomez both right hot on his tail.
Yeah.
You know what's great for a hangover?
Oh,
And
there
Pedro
is some.
Gomez.
Oh no. Yellow flags.
What are you?
And there goes
I'm sorry, Joby.
Joby. Sniped.
As I say it, you know what's good for a hangover is pork, and then they just eat them.
Was yeah, I don't know. Was he that Ferrari trying to mount the Porsche there?
I think so. I think we had
Feel
a
like
little.
it.
We may have to have a
horizontal
little
gap.
look at that in penalty review, because how many contacts did that register? 12?
Just the.
No, just the one.
I mean, it says just the one, but yeah, he was continuing on the throttle, which is what we do not want, right?
Yeah. We'll
Put it
look
out.
at all incidents as always on penalty review.
Yes.
Poor Joby absolutely gets bullied.
Yeah.
Joby with the damn caster
Yeah.
curses.
That one was pretty. That was pretty bad.
That wasn't me.
I think
don't-
in fashion.
Yeah, Mike, I don't think it affected anybody when you disconnected, thankfully.
So now with that, we have a 5-car train. Carson Bungay lifting the
Wampler.
Ryan Wampler by. But you have Ryan Wampler, Carson Bungay, Chris Turner, Jose Guzman, and Pedro Gomez all in a line right now.
Yeah,
So-
do you think he let him by, like, because of what went down?
I don't know. Carson misses the chicane. I don't know if he's struggling. If
Got
the
some damage?
he has is very, because he did get hit from Pedro pretty hard, and then he's the one that hit Joby, so he kind of got it on both ends.
Yeah, this grouping here is...
Uthman went for the pit, by the way, as
Oh,
well.
my word. Carlos sent it up the inside of Carson there.
Pedro, there's a lot
Oh, no,
of
it
bumping
was Jay
going on.
Guzman, sorry.
Jose, one of the Guzman.
It was,
The
indeed.
Guzman getting a little bumpy.
Surely I can be
forgiven.
forgiven for that. That's just the initial
No,
mistake.
my hitch from earlier was me saying Hutch while reading Phil Mitch. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Uthman comes out P19, currently 3 seconds back from Joby, but in clear air outside of that. So I think this was honestly a good call from Uthman. Really nice early pit, get in some open air, and put down some bangers and hopefully get that undercut going.
Also, I know that Hutch has been watching these broadcasts after the race and critiquing our commentary, so fuck you, Hutch. Let's see if he finds that one.
Yeah, and Hutch can go fuck himself and suck my dick.
Whoa, what just happened?
We love you, Hutch, really, by the way.
Yeah,
Hitch.
Paris always talks about wanting to be inside you.
Yeah, he does.
Well, speaking of that, let's go and do it.
Indeed.
Oh, yes, Dad.
Half a second behind Dylan Sauer right now. The spray doesn't look too bad, so I guess is it easing off? Yeah, it is. The rain is starting to
Yep.
ease up.
Lighter rain in 30 minutes, so the track is going to get drier as this race goes on.
Yeah.
Which puts into Joby and Muff.
Joby with a disconnect.
both
It looks
and
like
off.
something
He all left
happened.
forward. He all left forward.
Was there a contact between them? I don't see one registered. Let's try and get the replay, see what happened there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Moff went, and unlucky for Moff, early pit. Looks like that McLaren could be a handful out there in these conditions today. Hutch, we know how fast Hutch is. He's in the McLaren. He's in P9 overall. So I feel like that car might be a handful in these conditions at this track.
and especially considering he does have, I guess, a little bit of damage. It wasn't very heavy contact with Pedro earlier on at turn 1.
Yeah.
It was a little bit. Let's see what happened. Ooh, let's get that replay up.
Yeah, so the Joby, he just lost it on the exit of the chicane. And
Lane Hall
Moff
pits
making
in, by
that
the way, from
move on the
P2.
rig.
Oh, Muff just loses it after
no, he
making
held
a
it.
pass.
He held it held it through the first part. It looked good.
Yeah.
It was just on the exit of the next bit, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately for him. But this battle is going to continue now between Hutch and Dylan Sauer. They're going to try and make it Hutch really looking like he's pushing out there. He's using all of the curb in the wet.
Mhm.
And we'll have to see what happens with that. Chris Turner letting Pedro Gomez through, I believe. And we can see Lane Hall
I
there.
have a feeling that was tactical by Chris, just different class. Chris leading bronze now.
Yep. Blaine
So-
Hall coming out right in the middle of this mix of drivers. Who is he with? Carson Bungay gets through
Gets
him.
past him, yeah.
But unfortunately, that compromises Carson's line. Jose Guzman is going to try and also sneak through.
So I think
he thought about it.
this is Blaine's attempt at an undercut. I think, right? He pit in early. Castro took his spot in P2. That gap to Carl Big was remaining fairly constant. I don't think it was growing. So if Blaine nailed his pit and Carl has a rough pit, Blaine may get it done, you know? So it'd be interesting to see when Carl pits now, where they are once he comes out.
Yeah, definitely. do see. So Dylan Sauer getting around Michael Lukey there. Peter Hutch right behind. Gonna try and sneak it through. Dylan having to take the outside line. Peter sneaks it around the inside of the final corner, and they're now both gonna be sitting a little bit behind. Michael Lukey.
There is, like, think in the dry, there's so little traction on that corner at Donington. You know what I mean? Like, it's to do that in the wet is pretty ballsy, I think.
It really
Dylan
is.
Sauer with a really nice defensive line there into turn 1. I really like that.
Yeah.
As I say that, Hutch just drives by, but it looked good.
Yeah. So I was about to say they're being even ballsier. They're trying to go down the mountain too wide in the wet, but it might have been either Sauer lifting.
First of all, it's definitely not a mountain.
Hill.
It's more like we would call that a hillock.
I'm sorry. What?
A hillock.
Why can't you just call it a hill?
A hill or a hillock, but definitely not a mountain. Come on.
I mean, down the
if
mountains,
you sat this track
all right.
next to Bathurst and you're like, the mountain, Australians would be like, what?
Listen, it's a mountain when you're walking it, all right? No, you're right. You're right.
Thiago Alves in the pits.
I don't know. I just never say down the hill. I just always say down the mountain.
Thiago in the pits. As soon as I click on it, I get an aerial shot. Ugh.
You love it. You love to see it.
Honestly.
He's getting
I can like
this aerial
imagine
shot.
Milo's face of like disgust and disappointment when he goes to that livery because he forgets until he clicks on the name and then he's like, oh yeah, there.
Exactly. Exactly. So Hutch, 0.3 off of Lukey now. I wonder if Lukey will put up. I mean, Luke's having a good race too. Currently in the podium positions for silver.
Ryan Prody is in the pits as well.
Ryan Perot.
All right. Yep. People starting to
go in. So now I wonder if that's people that are getting higher pressures from the dry line sort of starting to form. We didn't see it at the beginning of the race. It is there now, and the track is getting less wet in 10 and 30 minutes.
Curious to see what happens. Also, fun fact of being a mad lad, if you did not know, Blaine is running 0 TC this race.
Is he actually?
Yes.
0 TC, gang.
I'm like, why? He's like, I have to. So apparently the Audi, I don't know if it's the wet conditions that causes you need to run 0 TC or just the track or both. But
right as I go onto Blaine's screen, a rejoining Wampler, nowhere else to do it but right on the exit of that corner. Blaine gets through unharmed. That was close though. Is really close.
You know, Carlos Guzman having a really good race. He is holding on to Mate here, which Barrett has now gapped Mate with that 6.5 second gap. That's insane.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, Bullet.
Have a good one. Enjoy your work.
Hutch still trying to find a way past Lukey. So this battle goes on. Lukey 3.3 seconds back from Guzman. And yeah, good race so far for both Guzman and Lukey as well, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as you say that Porsche looking a little squirrely out of the old hairpin. That's the only corner name I know.
Yeah.
Because it's not an old hairpin.
Oh, Peter Hutch almost loses it. You know, I really love the McLaren around this track. In the wet, though, I would rather not.
I mean, it looks like it's struggling. You've got Dylan Beveridge. I know he's pit early, but he's down in 18th, also on a quali ban. Moffat and Simile down towards the back of the grid as well. So I definitely think the McLaren is suffering here.
Yeah, like this car feels, it's a lot of fun through Sector 1, Sector 2, and you can't take it at full potential in the wet. So I think the car just overall is struggling.
Louis Castro pits in from P2.
No, that is Carl Big pitting in for P1.
Oh, sorry, it's Carl Big from
Louis
P1. I'm sorry.
Inheriting the lead. I saw that gap going really like closing down considerably, and I thought something happened to Carl, but as we click on him, this is this beautiful. Look at Carl right there. Oh, All right,
What a
cameraman.
great shot.
Right?
Oh.
Just reminding us of the pit entry speed.
So let's see where he pops out. It looks like he should pop out, hopefully in front of
Blaine
Pedro
is
Gomez.
going round the last corner right now. Carl is
Get
moving.
Come on,
I'm
Carl.
interested to see. Blaine is. I think Blaine's
gonna
going to take
be-
it.
This is going to be dangerous.
You have the side by side. Blaine coming down to
Here's
turn
Blaine,
one,
let's
and he
go.
gets to take the
And he gets
inside.
it.
Oh my!
Goes
Oh,
wide.
but Carl does the switcheroo. Blaine on the cold tires. He's going to spin on the out. He
No.
holds it. Oh my goodness! What a save! Is he? Did he save or is it still going?
Yeah, he went
Rejoin
sideways.
now.
Oh.
Oh, that is
Oh.
unfortunate.
He had to try, but you come out the, you know, Carl coming out the pits there, able to get done on the inside. That was so good.
And now he
So
has
good.
Uthman right on his ass. By the way, Mike Jackson, you did call it correctly. According to the race control, Blaine was stopped 5 seconds less than Carl Big, so I'm assuming Blaine did not take those tires.
Carl
And
took
that's how it
dry
actually
tires accidentally, says Mike.
Uh-oh.
That will be a
Uh-oh.
problem. Oh, right as I switched there, Michael Lukey sideways, Dylan Sauer getting through.
Yep.
So-
Carl completely
Peter Hutch.
blows through the chicane. This
Oh.
isn't good.
Before that as well, Hutch had got past Lukey. Hutch is pitting now. So Hutch had made it past Lukey and Sauer, and then that was prior to the contact. I'm not sure exactly what happened with Lukey there, if you want to bring that up.
Yeah, so
You
I,
said Lucci?
Yeah.
yeah, so I do wonder if Carl is going to go straight back into the pits for wets.
Yes, he is.
does, and that's
That's
unfortunate for him.
unfortunate.
From leading the race to having a really exciting there pit exit to a not so exciting end there. Let's
And now this opens it up for Blaine Hall to have a crack at the race win for the second week in a row. Louis Castro will want to say something about that. So now we get to see when Louis comes in, where does he come out in relation to Blaine?
So here is the move on from Dylan Sauer heading on the inside of Michael Lukey, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say I did put it up while you were looking at it. All good.
The one time he does it.
All right. As everybody
so
has
bad for
seen,
Carl.
yeah, I do feel bad for Carl there from winning the race after honestly from being the race leader for quite a while for half the track there.
So that half spin for Lukey has allowed Joseph German to close the gap on him as well. So German now half a second back from Lukey. And then who else is there? One of the BMWs with my stupid face on it. Tiago.
Tiago. Was it Tiago? It was. Why is my camera keep switching?
So
So this is going to make things interesting in the playoff race. I mean, the playoff race and the standings.
I'm like, wait, we have a
because-
playoff race? I'm like, do we?
Oh, yeah, I just made it up, you know. Spoiler alert.
We're very
So,
professional.
This is going to put Blaine Hall in the lead, which is going to bring that gap closer between him and Carl Bickford.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see where Luis comes out because Blaine obviously lost a lot of time there with that
Yep.
spinning, and it's allowed Badmus to catch him as well. So Uthman Badmus in his first race with us in gold is half a second back from Blaine. Both have pit, so yeah, game on.
To give insight here, Blaine's pit stop was 50 seconds in total. The current gap to Luis, who just went into the pits, was 58 seconds before he headed in. So Luis right now heading into the pits. And let's see, where is Blaine Hall here?
Blaine Hall's
He
coming
is heading
around.
down, just getting onto the back straight, heading
So
towards the chicane.
I think Luis will come out in the lead.
I think so too.
Luis might, yes.
Yeah.
And now Uthman right behind Blaine, and he is going to stick right behind him. They have done the same fastest lap, roughly, with each other. And now Uthman has a little bit of that toe. I don't know how important that is in the rain, but it is letting him stick to him just a little bit more. A yellow flag for David Miller, who was leading, or who was P2 in the bronze split.
Louis Castro is moving again. Blaine is just rounding the last corner. So Louis Castro will, in my opinion, have
Huge
provisional lead of the race.
Yeah.
What's
And this
above
is
gold? Louis to platinum.
Yep. So he has a 9.5 second gap to Blaine Hall right now.
9.5 second
Yeah.
gap. Very nice. And Carl Begg, after that incident with the purple lap as well on his timesheet, is down in P16 behind Pedro Gomez, and David Funk and Peter Hutch are ahead of him in class. So unfortunately, he lost big time with
Mr. B's stream will should get to see some overtakes then anyway.
Yeah.
So it's more, maybe he did it for the content.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, 100%. He did it for the content, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
As we all know, streamers love to do it for the content, so
It's a big ratings boost when you make a mistake and get ridiculed by the chat for about an hour and a half. It's just fun times.
Yeah, it's great for your mental health, really, honestly.
Yeah.
I have to step away for a sec, guys. I will be back.
Yes, of course. Yes, and you know, it's just because he thought that he didn't have enough screen time during the first half of the race, so he wants us to look at him a little bit more. It's
Yeah,
definitely what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Luis Castro actually catching up to the one and only Chris Turner. Chris has yet to pit alongside Barrett, Mate, and Lukey. As I say that, Chris goes
Yep.
into pits. I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah. Who else is yet to pit?
Barrett, Mate, and Lukey.
So they're gonna pit now, all right?
Yep.
We don't have Rogerio today. He would have. There's actually one person that we've not seen. He was here yet last week for Spa.
Yeah, he is not here today.
Yes.
Let's see.
He
Just looking
was.
at the battles on track, everyone's kind of spaced out a bit. Some of the other close battles right now, looks like David Miller. I don't know.
David Miller
Fit
just
in?
lost. No, coming out of the pits, losing the spot to Michael Cortez. Tiago catching up to Carson Bungay. Ryan Wamper is starting to catch up to Jose Guzman. It's actually really good from Ryan as well. Uthman
Chris
is
on the
still less than.
move here, and he's going to take provisional P1 of bronze class.
Yeah, so Chris is going to continue to lead bronze class after that pit stop with that beautiful livery.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Love it. I love that we're getting
That's-
more farmers only cars on the track as well.
I agree. Best livery out there today because Andrew Rados is not here.
That's the only way we can get that. David Funk starting to catch up to Peter Hutch as well. So that gap right below a second. It looks like David might have a better exit out of that hairpin than Peter Hutch. And Michael Lukey and Barrett both go into the pits further up ahead.
And Blaine is slightly maintaining that gap to Uthman behind. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be interesting. Mate still needs to pit. Blaine still 9.5 seconds off of Luis Castro. Louis is having a quiet race, I feel like. He's been pretty quiet.
Definitely,
But
yes.
that's what you got to do in these wet races. Stay out of trouble, stay quiet, and you can have a really good result, as seen here.
Yeah, and definitely the undercut can work in your favor. Like if you start it in the first few laps of the race, knowing that you can kind of take your tires till the end, that is a good move to do. I don't think Luis did that. Luis kind of going in around the 25-minute mark, but I think like if you know that you've messed up your quality and you know you're gonna have to fight for it, just do the undercut. You know, it doesn't matter as much on the wet tires here. It does look like Uthman there is going offline to cool his tires down. We did see him slide on the exit of the old hairpin there, so he lost time to Blaine from it. And looks like his tires are not too happy right now.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the game. You can see a pretty decent dry line, honestly. I know the track is still wet, but that line is there.
Yeah, that
Not a
line
lot of
is
spray, so...
Yeah, and you know, seeing Uthman already trying to cool his tires down and seeing the prediction of less rain and even less Even more so in 30 minutes is definitely not good news for Uthman there. So he's might end up struggling a little bit more.
I have returned. Is Blaine on slicks then?
Is Blaine on slicks? Let's Mr. Detective.
No, Blaine didn't change
he's on
tires.
wets. Yeah, he did not change.
Gotcha.
I would be shocked if anyone is on.
I mean the track is still wet.
Tiago Alves, his car is the other side of the tire wall.
Oh.
How did he do that?
What happened?
I'm going to require a replay.
Tiago, we didn't need you to inspect that grass.
Yeah, I mean he brought the car closer to the camera so we could see it.
Yes.
Yeah, he did it for Milo, really.
I'm gonna need to see how he ended up there though. So Sukachi leading but has to pit. 30 seconds in front of Louis Castro. What do you think the pit lane loss time is here?
It seems to be, I want to say 50 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
So he didn't end up on the other side of the wall. It's actually the wall for the chicane.
All right, replay's up.
Did he? I think his throttle stuck. It looks like I don't know.
Did he have a moment before that? Because knowing Tiago, he probably decided that's it for him.
He has indeed left, yeah?
Yes.
All right, Funky Town, half a second behind Hutch. It's the closest battle on track right now.
He almost lost it once.
Oh, Hutch
think,
there going sliding.
Chris did say something about his knees not feeling well, and that's why they weren't qualifying. So maybe Tiago's hurting, struggling, not having a good time.
I mean,
And
Tiago did do
Milo's face into the side of one of the barriers at Donington.
He did do a 2.4 solo Nordschleife yesterday.
Yes.
By the way, Tiago. So there is that as well.
And he did not invite me. Cortez with a yellow flag on the side on the exit after the old hairpin, right in front of the race leaders. Was it?
All right, Funk and Hutch now. McLaren versus Lambo. It's hotting up. 2 tenths. Close battle going on. Funk's going to have a look here, I think, on the inside. Maybe no, it doesn't quite have it yet, but let's see what happens as they.
David about to bring Hutch to Funky Town.
Potentially. Hutch can probably hear the music already. You guys have watched too much porn.
What?
I don't know. Gay porn doesn't have that song, so.
Right, here we go. Again, this battle could be fun though, because it's two really good drivers.
And they are catching up to Carlos Guzman, who is right ahead of them. Same gap. Peter Hutch 3/10 to him. I wonder if Carlos is just going to yield the positions, but I would. He's
maybe.
To me, it looks like as the rain has eased off, it looks to me like Hutch has got more and more comfortable in the McLaren.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going really wide. Oh my word.
Oh, and David Funk has to check up. A flash from Hutch. I mean, Carlos does not have to give it. You know,
it doesn't have to, but in these conditions, you've got a battle behind you. You're in a different class. I don't know. What's the sensible thing to do?
Hold them up for our content pleasure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is I'm looking at, I mean, he is 5.6 seconds back from Barrett. So I get it. I mean, he's obviously got that in his mind. But sooner or later, Hutch will just send it, I think.
Yeah. And I was hoping not to see us send into this final corner, knowing that we've seen so many incidents happen on
there
it
goes.
already. Carlos does yield the position there. Breaking a little
He'll
late.
yield it to Funk as well.
If it would be wise to, I think, because of this, you know, and he has. I think that's a smart play by Carlos, because these two may well catch Barrett anyway, and then the gap will be, you know, back to what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if
What happened
Carlos
in
was
the
already
Milo
thinking
residence?
that, but possibly did not want to do it there. It's not like the ideal part of the track
Yeah.
to let someone buy that. Hutch wanted him to let him buy it.
But you know what? It is. He's looking in his mirror, and that Lambo is awful big in his mirror. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's such a difficult position to be in because you're.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. That one.
Yep. The Lambo might not be able to see out to you, but you can definitely see the Lambo.
Oh yeah, yeah. And David Funk there showing himself, making sure that Hutch sees him in his side view mirrors there.
Yep.
Yeah, this battle is on right now. Carl Big is right hot on the heels of Pedro Gomez, not in the same class, so we'll see what happens. I would imagine Carl will get through. Lukey right on the tail of Dylan Beveridge as well.
Yep.
Yep. Updates elsewhere as well. Up front, Luis Castro still holding a almost 10-second gap to Blaine Hall right now. So Luis found his pace, and he is like, "Thank you, Carl, for your tires. I'm gonna steal this."
Yeah.
Luis Shaken, Not Stirred Castro is his new name, by the way.
Yes, and his last lap being the exact same roughly as Blaine Hall's down to the 2000th. Definitely looking like he might be in a position to keep that gap the same and bring back the win for gold.
I am loving this Funk Hutch battle right now. It is on.
And thank you for the follow, Xenon. The Tremor.
The Tremor.
Oh, yeah.
Luis the Tremor Castro. Yeah, because he said I was in I think he said something along the lines of he was in an 8.5 Richter scale earthquake.
I thought
and he was like, I felt nothing.
That's because he was making it.
I guess so.
We almost saw David Funk lose the car on the exit into the back straight there. Manages to keep it just down 0.6 because of that. We'll see if he can get that gap back down to.
Yeah, I mean
if you want to go side by side, I do have. Oh, never mind. You switched to it. Oh wait, no, you're not.
Yeah, I did.
Yes. Never mind. Carry.
So,
That
yeah.
was a
So
shit rejoin.
I don't know if that was a shit rejoin. That was a weird move in there, but it looked like Lukey was really trying to get around Dylan Beveridge. Probably got a little too close there. I don't know if it was rubber banding or not, because usually that does happen. Lukey there really deciding to mow a little bit of grass, clean up those edges.
Funk able to get that gap back down to about 0.4 already. So he has the pace. It's just Hutch is obviously defending, and these two just engaged in a battle probably for the next 14 minutes unless something goes wrong. So, yeah.
Yep.
Exciting stuff in gold split there.
Definitely. So David Funk down to a 10th there. Not really much he can do into this corner except try and get a better exit down into the back straight. The Lambo does look like it has more traction out of corners than the McLaren. But Hutch knowing how to defend there. Hutch being the wide boy out of the Ferris
Funk
school.
gets loose on the exit there again. What a catch.
What a catch. Yeah, that's just, I mean, Funk has looked like he's doing that. There, Hutch going too deep into the first hairpin. Oh man, this battle is starting to grow better every single second.
You are pushing Hutch. There is an apex there, buddy. I hope you find it. I know your pain.
Yeah, I mean, this has been great. Funk almost through the S's lose there. It was a great save. We might even be worth showing a replay of that because it was like a perfect little slide and catch in that Lambo. We need to do a vote in chat. What should me and my wife have for dinner, takeout wise? We can't decide. Anyone in chat has any ideas? Please let us know.
Where was Funk's catch? Was it out of the chicane? Yeah.
Let's see that.
Yeah, it was a beauty slide and catch, just perfect. Joby says
Ooh.
Chinese foods. Yeah, that's probably an
Nice.
option.
Nice.
That was a
Nice.
good save.
That was a good save. We need that
Nice.
compared to a shit rejoin. Mexican. Always.
I'll send you a great save sound clip from Jim Houston. He's a hockey commentator. It'll be perfect. Mexican. Interesting.
Mexican. So Carlos Guzman, I don't know if he's opting to let Dylan Sauer through there. He's definitely not making it too easy. Looks like he's also laid on the brakes into the second hairpin. He definitely did let him through. Almost goes into the back. Dylan does see what's going on and manages to stay out of trouble. Michael Lukey starting to get side by side with Dylan Beveridge into the final hairpin. He's going to try and switch back, try and get better exit into the final straight. Butter chicken, 100%.
Dylan Sauer did get by Carlos Guzman as well, so he's up to P8.
Yes.
Oh, Funk took a little bit of grass that time. It ran a little wide, but he was fine. Yeah, Lukey and Beveridge, that battle's been going for a few laps now as well. Lukey getting past Dylan Beveridge on the outside. Nice move.
Which one do you need me?
Nice move. I thought you were on the Lukey battle. So we missed it. We missed the pass.
Oh my god. Alright, well here you go. Never mind. Whatever. What you do what you want, Ferris. You know what?
I'm just pressing buttons here.
I know you are.
Press a button that does this. Press another one that does that. You know, it's buttons. Whatever.
Louis Castro with an 11.5 second lead now at the front of... I mean, Luis Giga Chad Castro. Unbelievable
Definitely.
stuff. What a season he's having.
He is definitely having a great season. If I do look at, well, his results are placing him currently in P5 overall. I feel like he's going to jump up to P2 potentially.
He missed a couple of rounds recently, right? But
yeah, P3 or P2 with just this last, if he wins this round. So
I think Funk is struggling in the dirty air of Hutch. He gets super close and then he just gets really squirrely on the rear end out of the corner exit. And he has the pace. He just needs to find the place to make the pass.
yeah, and I mean, Hutch obviously not going to make it easy.
No.
So
never.
it's,
Be patient, Funk.
yeah, it's game on. 10 minutes to go. Lots of time.
Plenty of time. You know you have the pace. Just wait.
we do have a yellow flag between Rick and Jose, two drivers that seem to have come into contact into the first hairpin. Rick is still standing. Has he beached his car? See one of the wheels starting kind of moving, or is he just stopped there? Don't really know. Further up ahead, Barrett getting passed currently by Mate. He is defending it.
Peter Hutch has another loose exit out of the first hairpin, but David Funk's not going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, Rick's wheel was moving a lot. It's stopped now. Could he be stuck?
He might be stuck. Still
maybe.
on the track map there, on the exit of the first hairpin. David Funk still getting super close to Peter Hutch. So this battle is going to keep on going.
Dylan Beveridge and Lukey still going as well. Dylan and Carl Biggs about to join in with this as well. So this will be interesting because there's battle for position. Jose Guzman had a yellow there. Doesn't look like anything major.
No, nothing major there. Lukey not having a great exit out of turn one. Dylan Beveridge is going to be right up his tail going down the mound, down the hill.
Down the hillock.
Down the hillock. Is that
Carl
it?
Biggs going to get his nose in here as well now. So, Lukey runs wide onto the grass. He's going to have to rejoin and does. Cole makes it through, and so does Dylan Beveridge. So,
That's
yeah.
going to be the end of that fight. Is it jump
I
time?
also just want to give a shout out to Funk. Remind folks that he was off the track lap 1, turn 2.
Oh,
Did an
he's having
early
a
pit
look now.
stop.
Funk's having a look on the outside, side by side into the hairpin.
Honestly, this was really smart by him. See if he can make it work. No, I think that's going to be his corner, though. Hutch that's where Hutch is having issues. He keeps getting
Yep.
loose on the exit of that first hairpin, and I think Funk knows that's where I need to try to set up for.
Yeah,
Man, oh man, what a great battle these two are having.
Yeah. But this
Really?
is an amazing recovery race by David Funk. He's got to be,
Yep.
regardless if he gets his pass done or not, he needs to be really happy with himself. Being dead last.
Definitely.
everything.
Sakachi right behind Barrett, who, by the way, Barrett had another fantastic race. About to, 7 minutes to go, and he's going to win his silver split. Again, he's won several rounds this season so far. Blaine Hall's knocked to second off of Louis Castro, or maybe half a second. And Bad Moose is right behind Blaine again, within a second. What a great
Great
race he's
time.
having on his
Yeah.
first race with the community.
Yeah, having great showing out here. He's 3/10 quicker than Blaine last lap.
Yeah.
So let's see if he has any of that last minute pace here.
Barrett-
Also, heads up, the track is down to damp.
Ooh. Oh, that is going to make things interesting for the last 6 minutes of the race. That means their tires are not going to be very happy about that. Right
Yeah,
now.
tires should be heating up, although damp is still wet, I believe, for the most part. Right? Greasy would
Yeah,
be.
for the most part. But
Damp is like
I
kind of.
could see this track going greasy soon.
Yeah.
Although
Hutch
we
goes
do have more
wide.
rain on the weather forecast.
That's for those that are sticking around after the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like Joby.
Hutch going wide
hot
through
dogs.
both of the hairpins again. Again, Funk still can't capitalize on it. I'm sure he's frustrated at this point, but he still has quite a few laps to make something.
Yeah, I mean, Hutch has done a really good job of keeping him there, but yeah, still 6 minutes to go, and I think these last couple of laps, Funk's been closer than ever, so.
I'm sorry, is it jumping time or are they not happy? by what?
No, they don't do the jumperoos anymore. It's getting near
Aw.
bedtime now.
Oh,
Now they would just jump because they run around.
fair enough.
For anyone wondering, we're talking about my watermelons.
His pterodactyl.
I mean,
watermelons.
children.
Soon they're going to be doing parkour in the house.
Yeah. Oh, they already are. They want to climb everything.
Love it.
I mean, you have two of them. One can be the gas pedal, one can be the brake.
This is true.
And that, yeah. Yeah, so
Alright,
this battle's
Funk.
still carrying on. Not much else going on the track. Michael Lukey still within 6/10 of Dylan Beveridge after that off track that he's had. So this is going to try and reel him in slowly. There's just 5 minutes left on the race to make it back.
Oh,
and make
Hutch
the
runs
pass.
deep. It's going to allow Funk. It's that same corner. I thought Funk, but man, that acceleration on that McLaren.
Yeah.
Once it gets traction, it seems to just pick up and go.
Yeah, so really not much David can do just yet. Doesn't look like he's able to capitalize on Hutch missing that first hairpin.
Lukey has, since that little incident where he went off in the grass, he's got that gap back down to 7/10 to Dylan Beveridge.
Yeah, so slowly closing it as well. I see although his last lap time was higher, it was longer. David there really eating that curb though in the old hairpin. I think he really wants
Yeah, I mean,
piece
he's
of that.
obviously looking at the lap like, where can I try and force it a little bit?
Pedro Gomez going into the pits this late in the race.
He's already stopped once. Did he not have enough fuel?
He might have not had enough fuel. That is dropping him positions. I did not expect
Blaine.
to see
I'm not sure if
one-
Blaine had a wobble, but Bad Moose closed within about half a second there. It's back up to 8/10 right now, so
So, just give an update on our race leaders per class. Luis Castro is still 11.5 seconds ahead of Blaine Hall. Barrett still leading silver. I want to say it looks like roughly 8 seconds in front of Carlos Guzman. And Chris Turner, 16 seconds to Ryan Wampler in that Lovely livery.
After not qualifying. So yeah, good race from
Yep.
Mr. Turner, who definitely will get a silver badge.
Definitely. Pedro Gomez there coming back out the pits, so it looks like it probably was fuel.
Yeah.
2 or 3 laps to go. And we are looking at, where's the race leader? Luis coming around the back straight. Michael Cortez in front of him. He's going to cross the line with another 2 laps to go. So we'll see what they can do. Michael, they're really trying to let him through that. Looked.
Oh, yellow flag
scary.
for Jose Guzman. Looked like he just was off in the gravel or the sand, so looks self-inflicted. He's back on track.
This battle for second now starting to words. They're starting to get closer for the battle for second. Uthman still kind of Blaine right in his sights. His last lap was a lot faster than Blaine's. Their fastest lap are very similar to each other, so see if Uthman can close that gap and make it a fight for the last 2 laps. And apart from that, David Funk still right behind Peter Hutch.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Uthman to be in the mix for podium here in his first race with us. Like I said, I've known him for a little while. But yeah, I said to him, we got plenty of spots open on the grid. We haven't had a full grid, I don't think, since race 1.
No,
So yeah,
we had a
good.
decent grid in the first
Oh,
few
yeah,
races.
decent
Yeah.
I think we had, didn't we have something crazy like 48 or something?
Yeah, I think so. Something
Yeah,
like that.
so
A yellow flag for Jose. It looks like he's coming off of the old hairpin. I believe, I want to believe that
Rejoin
that's...
right here. Oh my god.
Oh, that's not what you want to be seeing there,
Holy
Jose Guzman.
shit.
That might have... Soundbite is ready for you guys to click. And that might be a stern
Ryan.
warning or a penalty.
Hutch caught up to Ryan Cody. Ryan backs way out and allows him and Funk through. That's a smart move from Ryan there.
Yeah, we're gonna
Ryan,
need.
obviously, recovery drive from Ryan as well here today.
There, I'll play
Yeah,
the clip.
Ryan and Hutch
That was
probably
a
gonna have to
shit
check their
resort.
pants after this race.
Final lap for Luis.
Final lap for Luis, and we're looking further back. Pedro and Jose Guzman there with no space for Pedro to go through. Jose missing his braking entirely. That's going to let Pedro go through almost, maybe. Now he's going to have to...
I need to send you their liveries, by the way. The Guzmans are rocking the same livery I showed you last week, but I'll send it to you.
They should post it.
They should.
Guzman.
So
Post it on the livery
Funky Town. This battle with Hutch has been epic. I think now he's just bringing it home. It looks to me. Uthman Badmus is making a late charge. 4/10 the gap, but we know Blaine is quick, so it'd be. Oh, the Audi looks a little wobbly now, though. Oh, Carson loses it right in front of them.
No, yeah, that was Carson. Carson Bungay loses it right in front of him. Carson, get back on. He has 17 seconds to David Miller, I believe. No, that's 46. So
Yeah, he's got a while.
good amount of time. So Luis Castro coming around the exit of the first hairpin. I see some drivers. That David Miller just letting him through. Wants to make sure he's not doing another lap.
Blaine Hall has one corner to hold on. I think he's going to be good here to take P2.
Leader finishes
Luis
the race.
Castro
Luis.
winning the race after an unfortunate error by Carl, taking the dry tires.
Yep.
Luis says thank you very much, runs away with it with a very dominant.
Blaine Hall gets P2 and Uthman P3. There, we almost saw Peter Hutch going way too wide in the first hairpin. David Funk almost got the spot for P4, and they're gonna fight it into the final corner.
Yeah.
David eats too much curb.
Jay Barrett,
they
just ahead of them, crosses the line to take silver, win for silver class for Barrett. And then, yeah, Hutch and Funk bringing it home right after that. Looks like Carlos Guzman will take a P2 in class.
With Joseph German very close behind in for P3. Carl,
German should be happy with that too, because he's had some rotten luck through the season. So a podium for him.
yeah. P4 finish for Dylan Beveridge after starting with no qualifying. That's a good job for him. And Chris Turner, he's a lap ahead of his other bronze driver, fellow drivers. Chris coming around the final corner to take the win for bronze.
Yep. GG.
GG. Ryan Wampler for P2 and Carson Bungay for P3 after a very scary end of the race there.
Now, Funk in chat says 34.5 PSI at the end. Thank you for the very entertaining battle, though, dude. That was great fun.
It really was. And Purple Lap still does go to Carl Big, despite everything. So a 30.8 compared to a 31.4, 31.3.
Did we do a point for fastest lap?
We do. So 2 points
in
for
each class, or
yes.
Nice.
So each
Giant 02 in chat there. That is Uthman Badmoose. Great race there, dude. P3 in your first race with us in gold. Well done.
Well done indeed. Yes. And good job everybody that did do the race. I just wanna show one more time the melons. That's what we were listening to earlier.
And you have to play the intro vid for the outro because I didn't hear it.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely be playing that.
Nice try, Barrett.
Yeah, there's only one pro in the silver right now, and his name begins with B.
Sorry about the melons. It's all right.
I feel like Milo's never complained about your melons.
No, never.
Melons are definitely having a good time. I hope.
There were 3 lovely beamers out there today, Barrett. I am, yeah, it's a proud day. I'm going to send the footage to my father so he can check out the liveries.
And
I've made it, Dad.
Luis gives us some winning boy donuts. Come on. You can do better, Luis.
Yeah, Blaine in chat says, given the spin, he's not mad about second. No, I wouldn't be either, Blaine. And, I mean, you had to try, right? Yeah. It was always going to be tight. You gave it a try, and unfortunately, it just seemed a bit too loose.
Too loose. Yep.
Mumera asking about dinner, Milo, so you better go.
It's going to be butter chicken.
Nah, I was thinking barbecue.
Barbecue pizza.
Then why the hell did you ask us? Literally no one in chat said barbecue.
I was ticking off what not to get.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just... We'll see. We will see.
We'll see. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this week. We'll be back next week for Suzuka.
Ooh,
love a bit. Yeah. Love a bit of this.
Love a bit of Suzuka. Yeah, love it. And yeah, let's roll that intro video, and we'll see you guys all next week.
See you next week, man.
Oi, oi, oi.
Every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
We are free.
Sharing passion.
Pushing
We are pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
Donny. Oi, oi, oi. It's round 7. Donington. Each and every driver has mentally prepared themselves to challenge, to fight, to rise above their rivals and make a name for themselves on track. 10 rounds of action-packed racing await us all in the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Drivers, start your engines.